composite them together. It gives you more control over the look and feel if you plan it out right. So people even like to do all their lighting in compositing.
It's usually faster.
It is faster.
If you want to fix a little lighting, you just
That's right.
fix the composite.
That's right. Yeah, and I mean, you have a lot more choices too. All right, technology and support. So this is kind of where my heart is. Basically, it's really interesting because the number of systems that you need now for a render farm is huge. Like thousands and thousands and thousands of machines. At RNH, we use all of the desktop machines. Like if you leave your desk for like 5 minutes, somebody's rendering on it. Hopefully they don't have a 3-hour render job. But we actually have a really nice kill system now, so you can kill people off. I feel really bad when I've come in, they've been rendering for 3 hours, and unfortunately it's hogging my machine and I need to work. So doing systems and hardware, if you're into the tech side of things, is pretty cool. And it's really, really necessary. And there's all sorts of technical challenges. Like for example, my studio, we're multinational, so we have people that we're working with in India, and they're 12.5 hours different. You know, how do you get the data there in a timely manner? It's a lot of data. We have over 3,000 nodes that are rendering. I think Pixar has over 6,000 nodes that they use to render. And at Pixar, they actually render all of their stuff at the end of the movie. So they have like a month of rendering. Help desk is a good entry level. It's a good way to learn about how everything is all set up on the technical side. Render support, I mentioned that before. There's a lot of challenges in rendering. Just how do you get your stuff through in a timely manner? Pipeline, that's what I do. And I think actually I have the coolest job because I work directly with the artists and I produce whatever they need. So they, you have your software that does the animation, but maybe they want to tweak something. They need something different for this show that wasn't on the last show. If they went to software and they said, hey, give me this feature, they'd be like, yeah, with all the other stuff we got to do, that's about 6 weeks. And they'd be like, my movie is delivering in 6 weeks. So instead, Pipeline will do it, and we usually script things, so our stuff is quite quick. Doesn't usually take too long. It might take a day or two. Sometimes it might take a little bit longer, it might take a week, but we try to get all our stuff out as quick as possible. And we also deal with all the emergencies. So somebody is trying to get something out, and all of a sudden their stuff crashes. We're trying to figure out why, get them up and running. This is pretty exciting. MIS, managing the digital assets is huge. I mean, digital assets, like every piece of art that you create needs to be tracked, and then we need to know where it is in case somebody wants to change something or we want to make something different out of it. If you want to reproduce something, like we did Alvin 2, we were able to pull back our characters from Alvin 1 and use them. And then software developers, so all the cool special effects, if you went to a special effects talk yesterday, I mean, there's all these different things that you can do. Did you guys see Wolfman a couple months ago? Did you guys see the fire, when they set the living room on fire? A lot of that fire was digital. Could you tell that it was digital? I have to say, it was some of the best fire that I've actually ever seen. And so making realistic fire, making realistic, if you go see Marmaduke, you'll see that he's surfing. So we had to make a wave for Marmaduke to surf on. And it's a real dog on a real surfboard. And then we made a digital surfboard, and then we made the wave for him to surf in.
Excuse me, was that Wolfman you said?
Wolfman, yeah, for the fire.
I gotta watch that now.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into that. I'm going to try to play this DVD. You guys have any questions for me?
What exactly did you do for the Hulk movie?
Actually, I wasn't at RNH at that time, but the Hulk was created by RNH. So basically, all of the character was designed, it was created, and then it was animated by different people at RNH. You know, it was modeled by the modelers, and a lot of effects were done, a lot of smoke and dust when he's fighting the other creature. I think we did both creatures. They actually scanned in Edward Norton, and then they morphed his face into the Hulk. So we wrote special software that would take all the points on his face and expand him out to be the right size with the right expressions, so they were actually Edward Norton's expressions.
Didn't the special edition special features, they show that the particles that were spread across his face in order to map his face properly?
Yeah, actually I haven't seen that, so I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Yeah. Any other questions?
I've got one, I guess. In your experience so far there, have you been part of production on both games and movies, or has it been strictly?
Actually, I've been strictly movies, so I actually haven't worked in games. I have a lot of friends who work in games, and it can be difficult to go back and forth between games, but I recommend if you can do it, it's good. The games and film actually have slightly different production schedules, so a game may be a year, 2 years in production. And then it depends, because if it's an online game, they don't really necessarily have a season. But if it's a game that's going to be on a shelf or a console, you know, they try to get them all ready for Christmas. So people have to be done by October, which means that you won't get your summers off. The movies, a lot of movies come out in the spring, which means you won't get your winters off. So, but unfortunately, in both games and film, you'll have times when you're unemployed. So what I recommend to you is, you know, find out something to do during that time when you're not working in the industry. You know, so hopefully something artistic that keeps you fresh, that you enjoy doing. But just know that you're going to spend time not working sometimes. And there's nothing you can really do about that because it's just the industry. Any other questions?
Come on, no questions? You guys don't want to work internship?
Yeah.
No question over that?
It is good you mentioned that because I should throw that up here.
Well, what about somebody that already has an internship? Would he go for another internship with another company to try to get in, or does the experience with the internship with the other company has any value or not?
All of your internship experience is valued. But you'll learn, like, for instance, if you work at DreamWorks, hey, they feed you. Isn't that awesome? But their minimum work week is 50 hours a week. Your choice about what's important to you, right?
Well, I've experienced 60 hours weeks already, so.
Yeah, so maybe you're like, hey, man, free food, sounds great. You know? But if on the other hand, you know, maybe you're thinking about getting married or something, you're like, or having a baby, it's like, bad time to do the 50-hour weeks. Maybe I'll apply it at Tippett, where they don't do 50 hours, they only do 40. Or RNH, which does 40. So I'm going to play the sizzle reel, even though I know we're over time, but
not the mathematics.